like, nope, I take my boat out on the water and I eat bagels for breakfast.
Yeah, not bad. Thank God.
Sean, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Chris, are you recording already?
Yeah, we're going.
Let's get started then. Yeah.
I'm being recorded.
Yes,
That's our
wait,
intro.
I messed up.
That's our intro.
You messed up. We're recording.
No, that's okay. All right, now we're here. All right.
Oh God, that's our intro. That's it. That's all you need to know. Jeff's here. Hi, Jeff.
What's up?
Perfect. So we have Jeffrey here, Jeffrey Cernohous. He is my brother, as you may know, but nobody seems to know that, which is hilarious. So yeah, basically, Jeff, you just put out a sampler and we wanted to kind of dissect that and go into like the background of what you did to make this sampler, because it's something else that most people are missing from their samplers. So I think that it would be really good to go over. Plus, it fucking blows most people out of the water, and you're like, what did you say about it? That what's coming out after this?
My next sampler, you're saying?
Yeah, you said
Ooh.
I don't even remember.
you were like, man, there were so many things I wanted to do that I just couldn't do. There's like, how many injuries did you say you had during this period?
I was mainly dealing with a groin injury, so it kept coming back because I need to learn how to sideswipe like a tricker, and I can't do it without hurting myself. So I hurt my groin a few times during this one, and then I've had like some minor ankle injuries and stuff. So probably like 2 or 3 over the course of this one.
And how long did it take you to make this?
6 months.
Nice. Dude, that's honestly a short time. I feel like most people take like a year at least to make a sampler, sometimes more. And then it's still like pretty basic, and yours is like fucking dope. So yeah. Is there anything, Sean, you want to ask first, or anything that you want to share, Jeff, about the sampler before we just get started breaking down clips?
You brothers are too similar getting groin injuries.
I just want to say that I did it first.
We got too much groin, my guy.
Not enough to go around.
No, too much to control.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh no!
Mike Guthrie over here with this fucking schlong. I can't.
Yeah, every time.
Just slap it on the table for us, man. Come on. God.
Well, I'm glad we were able to share those things before we started breaking down the sampler. So now, all right, let's get started.
Oh man, that is
4K.
It's recorded on my end, so it's probably gonna look a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks a lot better on his end. It will not look good on our end. I will tell you that now. But watching it by ourselves, like the first time I watched it, because it dropped, I saw it and I was like, ooh, gotta watch this. Oh, God, this is a fire sampler.
Yeah. Okay. So already so far, what I want to ask you is where were those clips taken? Because I don't know that area.
It looks like
yeah, it was actually Hudson. It's at this like baseball field. I can't remember the park. We call it the Castle Park.
Yeah. Okay, I know where that is. So,
Yeah.
well, regardless of that, what that reminded me of is how fucking often you're training. So let's talk about that first.
Yeah. I mean, I try and train as much as I can. I mean, I have to drive over to the cities every time I want to train, which is usually like 45 minutes or more of a drive each session. So, and there's usually like three sessions a week that I go to. And then during the summer, I'm just trying to find like the softest grass that I can. And that was like, I kind of found that place at the end of summer too. So it was nice to be able to train there every day that I could before work. And then, yeah, just like warm up every day with like 20-30 minutes of tricks, and then go to work, come home, go to sesh, and repeat.
Nice.
Yeah, so
here, finding soft grass is not easy because
it's not.
grass near your guys' house was always very prickly.
It was so bad. It wasn't even real grass. But yeah, that's a good idea because they actually take care of the baseball field grass. But yeah, I mean, so like for anyone who like kind of understood Jeff's
Hey, if you enjoy our content and you want to show some support, make sure you follow us on Spotify and Instagram. Our Instagram tag is the_flip_side_podcast. Just make sure to go on there. Just shout out like old episodes that you liked, anything about the new episodes. You can comment on any of them. We would really appreciate it. And if you do end up wanting to go a step further, just become a supporter. All you have to do is follow the link in the description in any of our episodes that we've published. And you can also go under the About section in our Spotify homepage.
You can do as little as 99 cents a month. Any amount that you guys support us is going to help us build a better podcast and help build better trickers around the world. Understood Jeff's roundabout answer there. That's like 7 days a week of tricking plus the 3 sessions of hard training a week on top of that. So
Yeah.
that's a total of 10 sessions, 3 of them being extremely hard, 7 of them being basics, and with your basics constantly increasing on grass. Like, because in the sampler we see massive grass tricks that like literally you can't tell the difference between you training on grass or on spring floor.
No, not really at all.
I mean,
guess
big shout out to Jacoby though. He's the one who got me into it.
Into grass tricking?
Well, not the grass tricking, but like he was the one who got me into training every day.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you haven't had any like negative side effects from that?
No, I started tricking every day because it was helping my body more.
Oh, that's
with
great.
my
Okay.
running.
That is
Yeah.
actually really good. Oh, the iconic IHOP. Oh God, the IHOP dub dub. I remember when that dropped and everybody was freaking the fuck out. Flyaways. Is that the secret session spot? Is that flyaways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that a secret session spot? Like, I don't get it.
Okay,
I mean, it's not
perfect.
really,
So
like, it's not like super secret.
Well, when
you
Chris was
have to be good though.
breaking the fourth wall, when Chris was up, he was like, "Yeah, so we're going to the secret session spot tonight." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Where is that?" He's like, "It's a secret."
No, that was at this place. That was at what is this one called?
Midwest.
Midwest. Yeah, that was at Midwest during the pandemic. That was the secret
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
I never got to go to flyaways.
Yeah, you
Man.
did. You were there. Well, you were there when you visited.
Yeah, when I visited, but I mean, like, I never consistently went ever. I've only
Oh.
been like once or twice now.
No, that's a new thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically what I want to talk about now. So we just saw those clips run through. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on? What's going on with these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like when I was putting it together, I had just a bunch of clips that I mean the first half of this the first half of this sampler is kind of all like that, where it's just a bunch of like weird bullshit clips put together, and like just a bunch of like when we set up our cameras at session and people will just go in front of it and bullshit around, and it's hilarious, and I like to put that in there because it I like to go in on that, and I think
Yeah.
it's important to have fun at the session.
Oh yeah, it's like fun, candid moments. Like, why not include that? There's always that happening. People just don't like to include it for some reason. I think it's great.
Definitely.
exactly.
Well, or they want to include it and they don't have those organically created. But I think what I wanted to really share about your sampler was like the idea of having those moments at session and having those moments with people, and it's like not forced at all. Like that's just your normal thing that constantly happens. And like those are like genuine friends that like are part of the tricking community, but like are your community regardless of the tricking community. I think that's what's so important, because what I found when I moved down to Colorado was that there was all these little cliques and I didn't necessarily fit in anywhere. And it was just like you have to not expect to have like everyone thinks that the whole thing is all encompassing, and it's just not. And it creates these like moments where you think that everybody is like really good friends, like maybe from the outside you see it that way, and like everyone is very nice to each other, but I think that there is like a limit to the kindness, and I think that you showing these clips like shows you that there is a deeper level, but you just have to be like accepting of that and like not put up that boundary that it feels like everybody seems to. And like this sampler really kind of like embodies that feeling of the older samplers, that like those Phil Gibbs samplers and those other samplers that with the really old timey vibe, those first ones that first came out, and it had those like wholesome vibes and those pure vibes that this one has. And it's because of those clips and because of like your view on tricking, which I think is, correct me if I'm wrong, but you enjoy the movement and you enjoy the movement with people you enjoy being with. And it has nothing to do with the fact that there's a community.
And I think I'm in a very lucky situation too, because like, as you said, like Colorado and, some other places in the US have a lot of like really big tricking communities, and people definitely do fit in there. But like, when you boil it down, how many other small groups are there? And I'm lucky up here in Wisconsin and Minnesota because our group is already so small that we get to know each other so well. There's no weird like barriers between anyone because it's just such like there's only a handful of us. So and like the other people in here that like I don't know or that I don't train with, like they still mean a lot because they came and found me. I didn't honestly really have to go out of my way to like get to know them. They came to me, and then from that we formed these relationships that are more important so than other people in the community that I get along with, but there's already a bond that's created there. And I think a lot of it is definitely just luck based in a way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like you have that right point of view. I think it's really interesting to look at it the way you are, in the sense that, yes, movement brings us all together and we have that thing in common with all of the other trickers, but at the same time, like there is that level of like you can't be weird, or like there's an expectation of like professionalism because you are really only acquainted with these people and like you only know the one thing that you have in common, and like maybe over time you start to get to know them better, but there's still like, despite the fact that we're all sleeping together on the same floor, like or like all eating fast food together and like treating our bodies like shit for that short amount of time that is a gathering, and then like going out there and throwing down together like and staying up all night and that kind of thing. Like, yes, you get close, but it's like over that short amount of experience, it's not because of having other things in common, or like you never have like the ups and the downs, you just have the ups. And I think that with these people, you're having the ups and the downs, and I think that's what makes like such a really tight-knit group. And like I think that's what we really need to lean into in tricking. Like, I think those clicks are allowed, but I think that like everyone could kind of, benefit if we understand that like ups and downs existed, and like accept people for that, and like enjoy the sport as it is, but also like people for who they are. And I think that that's being missed right now in the community.
Yeah, I think that's something that Instagram has created too, in a way. Like, not to take it too far off topic, but like I think that the Instagram and like Facebook kind of makes it that way because people only see the good side of people. And I think, it creates this sense of like, I don't want to say fakeness, but like, over Instagram or just social media in general, people try to present themselves as perfect.
Yeah,
And
like like I heard this really cool quote, like you don't, how do you say it? I'm not who I think I am, and I'm not who you think I am. I am who you think I think you think I am. So whatever I think you think is who I am.
Sounds like the
Right? Like if you think a certain way, I don't know that. But the way I think you think of me is the way that I will present myself, because I want to fit the mold that you are creating, or that I think you're creating.
Right.
So it's the same idea is what you're saying, but it was a cool quote. I just like the repetitiveness, but it, like, if you dig into it, it means a lot. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's sort of a guessing game.
Right,
If you
exactly.
just go off of Instagram and social media.
And then if you guess, then you're just limiting yourself so much.
Right.
Yeah. Especially in seeing if people are even genuine or not.
Right.
Feels like that doesn't happen as much anymore.
Well, but people, that's the thing, and people don't want to come across as disingenuine, so they just do less. And then when they do less, then that's where this awkward air comes from that I constantly am seeing in this new like tricking community, that it wasn't necessarily there when I was like in a smaller group back in Wisconsin, Minnesota area, or even like when I travel around and like I meet up with groups that isn't a gathering, but I'll meet up with people, or they'll come meet up with me and we'll hang out. You get a much better connection with these people than you would in a large group setting. And I think that that's what's missing from a large group setting that could still be applied. It's just like something that you need to consciously, like everyone needs to consciously focus on.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm glad that we were able to talk about that because that's definitely something I wanted to mention in the sampler. Because yeah, it's super
1 minute into the sampler.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back to it. So, what about these concrete tricks? Tell us about this. How hard was it to make yourself do this shit?
So like the first concrete or like hard floor dub that I did, honestly, I don't even remember where it was. I don't know if it was the IHOP one. Oh yeah, it was. It was actually outside of IHOP.
Right. I
And
remember that. I was at that gathering with you.
yeah, so I did that, and I actually ended up trying concrete triple cork. It was like 4 in the morning, and I landed. I landed flat on my
That at
ass.
4 in the morning.
It didn't go as planned. I'll just say that. And,
Is that
yeah,
the one where
so-
you fell right on your ass?
yep, right in front of a bunch of strangers, and
They were like, "What the fuck just happened?" They thought you literally just had no idea what you were doing, and you were just like hucking yourself because that's probably what it looked like.
that's because that's what I was doing, and, and so that ended up happening. And at the next gathering at this IHOP, I think it was Cameron Hendrickson that had brought it up. He's like, "You gotta do dub in the IHOP," and we were all just sessioning in this IHOP, and we were moving tables out of the way, and I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna dub here." So then, that was one of the first ones in the video, and after that, it's just kind of like a routine at this point. You know, if there's somewhere that I like, I'll just dub. You know, kind of makes
That's so crazy.
special.
Yeah, and then like the concrete triple cork, that's a crazy one. Man, I mean like this triple cork is so crazy. That
Yes,
rebound is just wild.
That's out the outside auditorium, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
band
just
show. Mhm.
wild.
it's pretty
that was
cool.
funny.
See, the hard part for me would actually be like, I mean, obviously the whole thing is difficult, but like planting your hand on the concrete, it's like such a terrible reminder that you're on concrete, but also it's like it's cold, it's like hard and rough, and like it's just like one more thing you have to think about as you're taking off. And like when you're doing the setup, it's got to be perfect because everything's in the setup. So like that little piece of information is just like
Like,
Yeah, I mean, on that took me 2 tries. So the first one,
Oh.
I did it and I touched my hand and I was like, that was way closer than I thought I was gonna get. And then
Oh fucking what?
I thought I was gonna land on my face.
Why would you ever? You're like you don't land and you go, oh, that's closer than I thought I'd be. You're on fucking concrete. What are you doing?
Like, what?
I don't know. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna do it. And I didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. So I sent it again, and on that, I did land, but my right foot came down so hard that I bruised my bunion on my right foot.
Oh.
Yeah, see, dude, like nobody gets to see that stuff because it just looks like you did it perfectly and you have all this adrenaline and you're hyped and you won't feel this until like an hour later.
Like, why does my foot hurt so bad? Oh yeah, I kicked the concrete. That's so good.
Pretty much.
That's why it's never worth it. That's why I hate grass tricks even. Like I'll go train. Yeah, I'm actually much better at it now. Like over the summer, I did a lot more grass tricks, and like I just had to basically like reel it in and be like, oh, I'm not training, marathon combos that end with dub or like massive swing chains. And then I was like much better at grass tricking, and I didn't have pain for weeks afterwards. It just needed to like chill out on grass and go hard in the gym. But that doesn't fucking matter for you, I guess.
Well,
Apparently
it was funny because I posted something about it on, I don't remember if it was Snapchat or Instagram or whatever, and Aspen Tree actually responds to it, and he's like, yeah, I the thing I put on my story was, I'm never doing concrete tricks again, and it was like a picture of my foot afterwards, and it was like black and blue,
Yeah.
and Aspen's like, yes, you will. I'm like, you're right.
Damn it. Called my bluff.
Yeah, he called
Yeah,
you out.
You got me.
God. I mean, still, that's nuts that like your first triple cork outside is at 4 a.m. just randomly. I'm just like, yeah, I could try that. Like, why not?
Yeah, that's insane.
Peer pressure. That's what it was.
Oh, geez, that was such a good dub too.
In front of a Waffle House. Gross.
I love Waffle House.
Dude, your car dub is so good on hard floor. It looks way better than on like spring floor.
I know, right?
Your spring floor ones are so vert. I don't know how you even pull them.
There's way more at stake on concrete. So
You're like, I have to do it right now.
Yeah, I think like half of these clips from the first half of the sampler was like in a day. I just went downtown with my little brother and I was like, "You want to videotape for me?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So we were downtown for like 3 hours just videotaping tricks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
feel
was
like Brody would be up for like everything. Oh,
yeah, he's pretty chill.
I gotta get one of those nicer knee braces.
Wait,
I am still
it didn't even look like you in that vest. That's so funny.
That was actually terrifying. That dub was.
with the vest
never
on. Did it cover your face? Because I would lose my mind.
I felt like I couldn't even tell where I was. Like I could see, but my whole body was like just waving around.
That's how I feel 24/7. Yeah, dude, there's so many concrete tricks in here. Oh yes, I remember when you said
that was iconic. Okay, so one of my girls actually went to school and graduated the same year you did, and she was like,
really?
"Oh my god, did you see this?" And I was like, "Yes, I already saw it. I already liked it." I talked to his brother about it. She's like, "It would no one. It was crazy." I was like, "Yes, I know it's crazy." She's like,
You know
"It
what's
was out of
funny?
nowhere."
You did it so fucking casually too. It's
I
hilarious.
know.
You're just like, "Yup." Anyway.
It was
Let me
honestly
finish.
very terrifying. Like that ramp is extremely small. It's like probably
Right.
shoulder width is all it was.
And I'm
And it
surprised
was-
you didn't like break through it too, because it's like what made a cardboard. Like it's the crappiest thing
It
ever.
does not look thick.
Yeah, it was scary. Like, and I was so shocked, like for myself, because I thought I was gonna fall in front of the whole school. So I did it and I landed and I actually almost fell over. And when I
Because
picked
you
it up-
only land things when you're perfect.
yeah, I'm just like
That's like a
And so,
Jeff
like-
meme that if you don't know Jeff, like he falls if he like isn't standing up perfectly. If it,
Yeah.
otherwise you can't you have no clutch.
it is zero clutchability whatsoever. Yeah, so after the backflip, I walked up to go shake the principal's hand, and I was supposed to like grab a fake diploma from him, like in front of everyone, and I didn't even grab it. I just shook his hand and walked off because I was like in such shock from the backflip that I landed it, and then I just like walked away, and I'm like, he's just still holding it. He's like, all right, whatever.
probably like,
That's
"Don't
fake, I
forget-"
know.
It was funny.
That is so funny. You can't even tell. I didn't know that you didn't even grab it. That's funny.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they weren't mad at you. The teachers weren't upset.
No, they're like, yo, you're supposed to grab that. I'm like, okay, well.
No,
I'll
but
get
they
it
weren't.
after."
They didn't care about the backflip.
Well, okay, well, they told us not to do it. They're like, you can't do anything to make yourself stand out. And I'm like, bro, what?
Bet.
I just went,
You're like, wait, that made me stand out. I thought everyone could do that. It's so natural for me.
That was
I
casual.
do triples. I was just like, I just was walking and yeah.
I thought I was falling backwards. I'm so sorry. I had to catch myself.
I was
Yeah,
in as
it's
much
like-
shock as you guys.
oops, I accidentally hit chest on leg day. My bad.
God. Oh, the next iconic dub when you were, and that was actually at the, that was the same girl.
Jesus, Sawyer.
She was at that party. So where Jeff did that dub in the random like hotel looking apartment area.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
There's too much here.
Oh,
There's so
Ow.
much.
I'm pretty sure the Culvers don't taste good, but you know.
they don't.
No,
I
that-
also know that they don't.
How many?
was-
Okay, so how many attempts in were you on that, or was that your like
That
your
was-
first attempt of the day?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I honestly wasn't feeling good that day, and I was like, I want this. And so, like, I sent it, and I clearly ate shit, and I was seeing colors and stuff afterwards, and I was like,
Yeah, you were definitely.
You probably had a concussion.
I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that again. And then, yeah, that was pretty bad. I haven't sent it since.
Yeah, dude, that's like also why I'm not worried about MMA at all, because I did this stuff and I've gotten concussions. I still even have chipped teeth from this because I've clashed my teeth together and chipped my teeth. I don't know if you remember that day, but I was working on literally cheat sevens and I got lost and I smacked my knee against my chin. It was so bad. It was so bad. I still have fucking chipped teeth from it. But Yeah, but like that's why I'm like not even scared because I cannot imagine like it getting knocked out is gonna be any worse than this. Like I've been concussed, I've chipped my teeth, I've done all this shit. Like this is just like slowly killing me way more. And like getting knocked out, you're just like, okay, now I take a break. Like it's just done. Like I don't know. This just seems worse to me. Tricking just seems so much physically worse.
Hey, at least you got over your head.
True.
Like,
That's all that
seen
matters.
people make some pull-ins and double backs in my time, and oh man, that's some scary stuff to watch.
Yeah, you
My
could have
nose
died.
saved me.
It's like a giant ice skate.
I use it as my kickstand. I could just go poof, and I stop.
Yeah, there's actually
No
a dent in
hands.
the floor.
Great. Oh, jeez. I remember seeing that.
I'm assuming you didn't assume you were going to be that close to the car door, and then you saw it mid backflip, and you were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I thought I was dead.
Ooh, I'm assuming. Did you get lost in some of those skills, or was it just like you knew that you needed to bail? Because getting lost is the worst feeling.
Some of them I got lost. That one I definitely did. On the quad on tramp, I wasn't lost. I just like hit the side so hard that I just like flung into the net, and I really couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, I know, right? I literally had just fixed it that day too.
I was about to say, there's a couple times we've all been on that trampoline where all of a sudden you go flying one way and you're like, "Ooh, man, if that net wasn't there."
I would have been dead long ago if we did not have a net.
Ooh, those are some nice mats. Kind of want them. Now I'm thinking of the gym and I'm like, "Ooh, man, I can."
Yeah, you got way better at G switches, dude.
I know. It's you just gotta do them a lot, I guess.
Yeah, dude, it's my favorite trick for sure. I can't wait till I can hit one to triple cork again. I'm so close.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. Yes. You land those so good. Like your feet are so close together. I always land with my feet apart.
I've told Chris for a long time you have way better twisting tech than him.
Everyone is really surprised. Like I'll get DMs a lot about like, oh, how do you twist and stuff. And I'm like, honestly, it just really came naturally. And I think it's because like I repped it on trampoline so much. And I think it just from doing it on tramp, I think it just kind of formed into that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was too. And like you don't train variations really. I think you do way more just high value twisting.
True. Like if I do variations, my legs will still come together afterwards and before.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, twisting just comes naturally to me, honestly.
See, but people DM me about they go, how do you twist? All the time. But it's because I do it like so shitty. They're like, how the fuck are you doing
I
this?
still wonder.
I'm like, yeah, triple core tech is like about here with the arms.
You'll want to make 2 right angles with your arms.
Exactly, so that you can keep pushing.
Ooh. Plus, like one thing I'm definitely jealous of is like the height of your kicks. Like Jesus, they come out high.
You said that at the wrong time.
I know.
But very true. Yeah, your dubs, dude, are so good. And you've done dub how many times now? Quite a few.
Yeah, more than I can count.
Wow, that's crazy. I still need to hit that. I will.
Still not very consistent, but we're getting there.
Classic TDR or cartwheel to TDR. Nice.
Yeah.
I hate that you made that a thing.
Remember, guys, I can't side swipe. That's my replacement.
Right. Nice.
My dog. I keep getting up because my dog keeps pawing up the door and then wanting to go out and then coming back in.
Classic doggo.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on the_flip_side_podcast on Instagram.
And CHRISPY_TRIX. That's chrispy-trix on Instagram. And I also have another YouTube channel, TrixFix, TRIX space FIX, for more tutorials and other things.
And we'll see you guys next time.